You guys left me these questions in April. Let's see how many of them are still relevant. The first question is, what's your favorite conspiracy theory? And I'm not really into traditional conspiracy theories, like I don't really care about UFOs or like what the government is hiding from us. I'm more into the Louis Tomlinson's fake baby side of things, but recently, what I've been thinking about the most and what has been most present in my life, it's not so much a conspiracy theory as just fairies. Like, I've been really into the idea that fairies exist, and I've been thinking about that a lot. Favorite UK alcoholic beverage is Pimm's, but not when people put ginger beer in it. Why would you do that? You just need lemonade. You don't need ginger beer in Pimm's. It's disgusting. This is a very important question, and it is, would you rather have sausages for fingers or pickles? Pickles based entirely on instinct. Like, as soon as I started thinking about whether I would want pickles or sausages for fingers, I was like 100% pickles. Because when I imagine having a sausage for a finger, first of all, I hate sausages, they're disgusting. Second of all, I imagine poking something, and I just feel like a sausage would squish, and that's just painful to me. Whereas a pickle is pretty sturdy, it's pretty solid. You poke something with a pickle, you know, it might wiggle a bit, but it stays intact. So 100% I'm gonna go for pickles over sausages for fingers. Thank you for listening. If you could have the skills of one trade job, what would it be? It would either be carpentry or being an electrician. Because carpentry, obviously, I could do the greatest birdhouse tag of all time. Also, it would just be handy to be able to build stuff. But if I had electrician skills, then I would be able to fix stuff and know not how to die. Because you know how when you play The Sims, when they try and fix things, half the time they electrocute themselves? I don't want to electrocute myself. I just don't. Is there going to be another birdhouse tag? Yes, but not until I figure out how to one-up it. The only two options I can think of are, first of all, either I build a better birdhouse, or second of all, I think of something even better to build. And the only thing I've been able to come up with so far is a rocking horse. I don't know how to build a rocking horse. I feel like that would take a lot of wood. I do have a really good plan though, where I invite all my friends over and tell them like we're having a party or something, and then I just shut them all in a room and force them to build birdhouses while I film it. So that might be coming. Now that I've said it, it might not. No, because they'll never expect that day to be the birdhouse day. Stay tuned. What do you miss the most about Australia? Everything. I'm at the point now where I miss everything about Australia. Obviously, I miss the coffee and the tap water. Both fantastic there, both subpar here. I miss the quality of life overall, fantastic in Australia. I miss my quality of life. I miss like every single kind of food, because even normal food that you buy at the supermarket here, there's just like a blandness to it and I can't figure it out. I miss specific food like grilled. I miss Oriental Tea House. I miss my Chinese food place. I miss chicken parmas a lot. I miss Australian Nando's. I gave British Nando's another chance the other day and it was more disgusting than I remembered, so I'm never going there again. Also my friends and family, as well as the food. Good books. At the moment, I'm reading Look Who's Back, which is that book about Hitler waking up in the 21st century. My favorite outdated reference is at the end of Ride and Solo by Jason Derulo, when he says, "It's 2009. It's not. My favorite type of pie always has been, always will be, lemon meringue. Would you rather have bear paws for feet or mini bears for feet? Bear paws 150%, mini bears is just impractical. Because first of all, can you control what the mini bears are doing? Second of all, would you have to feed them? Because I'm assuming the bears have like heads and digestive systems. Like, I don't want to have the responsibility of 2 bears on my feet. Like, that's just so impractical. Then, putting that aside, I don't see how their tiny, tiny legs are going to be able to support the weight of a fully grown human. I think they just break immediately. Then you just have squashed bears on your feet. Also, I don't want to have to control 8 tiny legs. It's just a lot of responsibility, and I don't think practically it would work. So I would definitely go for the bear paws. Plus, if you have bear paws for feet, you could like walk in the forest, you can go on rocks and shit. Like, it would just be really practical actually to have bear paws for feet. I don't want that, but out of the 2 options, that's the clear winner in my mind. What was your favorite part about living in Boston? If you didn't know, I lived in Boston between the ages of 5 and 10, and that's why my accent is the way it is. I really liked spring and autumn in Boston because both of those seasons are just like really pleasant and pretty. I also loved the snow. Like, I love snow, and I had a massive front yard when I lived in Boston, so I could build like forts and snowmen, and it was great. But my number one favorite thing about living in Boston has just come into my head, and it is Armando's. Armando's is a pizza place. It's in Cambridge. I think it's just off Concord Ave because it used to be near my school. Great pizza. Yeah, it's gotta be Armando's. Favorite thing about living in England? There are three. First of all, I just really like being near my friends who live here and being able to actually see them. Second, I really enjoy being so close to Europe and having the option to travel whenever I want. And third, I am very glad that I can stop thinking about how I'm gonna get to England and start concentrating on other things in my life, such as how I'm gonna stay in England once my visa expires. My name is Shakira, and one time it was misspelled as Sharkira. What do you make of that? First of all, I think you should change your name legally to Sharkira, because that's pretty cool. Second of all, it's pretty cool your name is Shakira anyway. Third of all, one time a college sent a letter to my god sister Sussy and addressed it to Sudsy. And I just think that's one of the best things that's ever happened. Someone has asked if I had a daughter, what would her name be? And this is a very complicated question. I just went on an extremely long and complicated tangent, the entirety of which I'm going to cut out, because this question really stresses me out because I have so many baby names and I have thought them through so carefully. But the thing is, I don't know what my kid's last name is going to be, so I can't really pick them. Plus, there are just so many options, and there are so many things to say, and there are so many names that I don't want other people to steal because they're like really cool mythological names and things like that. And then there are normal names like Rosie and Juliet, which I really like, or Olivia, which would have to only be a middle name because I don't want anyone calling my child Liv. Things like that. There's just a lot to say about baby names. I have a lot to say about baby names. I have a lot of baby names. I like boy baby names better than girl baby names, but yeah, I'm very flustered now, so we're going to move on to the next question. This next question is fantastic, and it is, if you could say one thing to a shark, what would it be? I've chosen to interpret this as I can ask a question to a shark and get an answer back, and I would find a normal shark, just like a tiger shark or a great white. I would then find a hammerhead shark, point to it, and be like, thoughts. Because I just want to know what a normal shaped shark thinks of a hammerhead. Do they identify them as like the same creature? Like, that was just me having the realization that I don't know if sharks can interbreed. I feel like they can't because I've never seen a mixture of two different kinds of sharks. But that's very weird to me. Can sharks interbreed? Like different kinds of sharks? Can they interbreed? Can you get hybrid sharks? If so, can a hammerhead mix with a normal shark? What would happen? I feel like it would just be really deformed and die before birth. But oh my god, I can't believe I've never Googled that before. Who am I? I have a lot to think about. The final question comes to us from my good pal Johnny Vickers, who asks what my favorite thing is about British people. And hands down, it's the vocabulary. Because there is just such diversity. On one hand, you've got ridiculously posh people who add extra syllables to things and rhyme stuff and pull out words that no one's used since the 1600s. Then on the other hand, you've got people who use the word fam dead seriously. Then there's a whole spectrum in between those two, plus Ireland, which is just not even real, Scotland. The Scottish Twitter Instagram account is my favorite thing in the entire world. I don't even know what's going on in Wales. It's just magical. So that has been me answering questions that you asked me in April. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.